On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Baseline.
A starting point or minimum for comparing facts, the backline bounding each end of a tennis or handball court.
Examples:
Baseline budget. Establish a baseline. The products they sell are the baseline for performance in the industry.
Bare.
Not covered or clothed, lacking embellishment or decoration, mere or basic, undisguised or open, empty or devoid of something.
Examples:
Bare minimum. Bare essentials. She wore a simple dress with a bare neckline.
Urchin.
A poor and mischievous young child, usually living on the street or in a disadvantaged community, a small, spiny marine animal with a round body and long, pointed spines.
Examples:
Urchin child. Street urchin. The young boy was an urchin wandering the streets without a home.
Algae.
A simple plant that grows in or near water and lacks typical leaves and roots.
Examples:
Algae biofuel. Blue algae. Algae has jammed the inlet to the water turbine.
Alien.
A person who comes from a different country, race, or group, a form of life assumed to exist outside the Earth or its atmosphere.
Examples:
Alien fungi. Resident aliens. Alien species have drastically altered the ecosystem in this area.
Coral.
A rock-like substance created in the sea by groupings of specific types of small animals, commonly used in jewelry.
Examples:
Coral island. Coral ornament. She is wearing a coral necklace.
Reef.
A long chain or range of rocks or sand near the ocean's surface.
Examples:
Barrier reef. Coral reefs. The vessel ran aground on a reef.
Unlikely.
Not probable or likely to happen.
Examples:
Unlikely event. It is unlikely that he would win the game. The passage of the bill is unlikely.
Pristine.
New and completely free from dirt or contamination.
Examples:
Pristine beach. Maintain the pristine condition. It is terrific to camp in pristine nature.
Virgin.
A person who has never had sex, adjective, being used or worked for the first time.
Examples:
Virgin material. Enter virgin territory. Within a few years, no virgin forests will remain.
Shark.
A long-bodied, mostly predatory marine fish that has sharp teeth and a pointed fin on its back. A person who is ruthless, greedy, and dishonest.
Examples:
A man-eating shark. Card shark. He borrowed money from a loan shark.
Crocodile.
A large, carnivorous reptile with powerful jaws and a long, scaly body, native to tropical regions and often found in rivers and freshwater habitats.
Examples:
Crocodile hide. Saltwater crocodile. The crocodile attack left the villagers in a state of shock and fear.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
Probable outcome. Probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
Extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Microbe.
A tiny living thing that can only be seen with a microscope and that may cause disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic microbe. Microbe sterilizer. Microbes thrive on the surface of the human skin.
Jellyfish.
A marine creature with a soft, jelly-like body and tentacles for stinging.
Examples:
Spineless jellyfish. Jellyfish sting. The beach was filled with hundreds of jellyfish, so swimming was not recommended.
Diver.
A person who dives, especially one who does so professionally or as a sport. A bird that dives into the water to catch fish or other prey.
Examples:
Professional diver. Deep-sea diver. The search and rescue team sent a team of divers to search for the missing plane wreckage.
Overgrow.
To grow or thrive over so as to cover with herbage.
Examples:
Overgrow neighboring corals. Aquatic plants overgrow. Weeds overgrow throughout the garden.
Bacteria.
Single-celled or non-cellular spherical or spiral or rod-shaped organisms that exist in large numbers in the air, water, and soil, and also in living and dead creatures and plants, and are often a cause of disease.
Examples:
Pathogenic bacteria. Harmless bacteria. Bacteria prevalent in hospitals are often resistant to antibiotics.
Marine.
Relating to the sea and the creatures and plants that live there.
Examples:
Marine insurance. Variety of marine life. Seals and whales are marine animals beloved by the people.
Modern.
Of or belonging to the present time or recent times.
Examples:
Modern poetry. Pre-modern agricultural society. Their headquarters are in a modern skyscraper.
Scuba.
An acronym for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus, a device used for underwater diving.
Examples:
Scuba diving class. Scuba gear. The scuba divers explored the coral reefs to learn more about the ecosystem.
Dive.
To jump into the water with your head and arms going in first, or to move down to a deeper level underwater.
Examples:
Dive into anime communities. Dive off a cliff. The sperm whale can dive to 1,000 meters.
Degrade.
To make something worse, especially in quality, to show or treat someone in a way that makes them see no value and do not have the respect or reasonable opinion of others.
Examples:
Degrade his public image. Degrade environmental quality. You should not degrade yourself by allowing them to use you.
Ecosystem.
All the plants and living creatures in an area and the way they affect each other and the environment.
Examples:
Marine ecosystem. Change the ecosystem. Human conservation efforts often fail unexpectedly because they disturb the balance of the ecosystem.
Conduct.
To organize and carry out a particular activity.
Examples:
Conduct a background check. Conduct research. Police will conduct random breath testing for drunk driving.
Nation.
A large organized community of people living in a particular country or region and having a particular culture.
Examples:
Nation-state. A seafaring nation. The nation of Japan is known for its unique culture and advanced technology.
Geography.
A field of science devoted to the study of the lands, features, inhabitants, and phenomena of the earth.
Examples:
Geography class. Economic geography. She did well on her geography exam.
Expedition.
A journey or voyage for a specific purpose.
Examples:
Expedition team. A polar expedition. The expedition to the Amazon jungle was both exciting and challenging.
Archipelago.
A group of islands, often located in a specific area or region.
Examples:
Tropical archipelago. Volcanic archipelago. The Philippines is an archipelago made up of over 7,000 islands.
Belong.
To be the property of someone or something, to be a member or part of a group, To be in the proper or appropriate place.
Examples:
Belong to different species. Belong to a group. All the books in this section belong to the library's rare collection and must be handled carefully.
Span.
The entire length of something, such as time or space from beginning to end, the amount of space that something covers.
Examples:
The span of a bird's wings. The average lifespan. He slightly modified the span of training because it was just before a match.
Equator.
A line of latitude that separates Earth's northern and southern hemispheres and has a radius of around 40,075 kilometers, 24,901 miles.
Examples:
South of the equator. Above the equator. Ecuador is on the equator.
Uninhabited.
Not able to be lived in by humans or animals, devoid of human or animal life.
Examples:
Uninhabited region. Uninhabited house. The remote island is uninhabited and has no permanent residents.
Inhabit.
To live in a specific location, to reside.
Examples:
Inhabit a cave. Inhabit the stomach. I have no idea what sort of folks inhabit the neighborhood.
Overgrown.
Covered in plants that have been allowed to grow naturally and have not been controlled.
Examples:
An overgrown garden. Overgrown child. The wooden gate had been damaged, and the hedge had become overgrown.
Captain.
The leader of a group of people, especially who is in charge of a ship or aircraft.
Examples:
The captain of an opposing team. Captain of industry. The captain ordered the troops to fire.
Discovery.
The act or process of finding information, a place, or an object, or learning about something that was previously not known.
Examples:
A scientific discovery. The great discovery of the century. Her research team made an important discovery.
Abundance.
A significant amount of something, the situation in which there is too much of something.
Examples:
An age of abundance. An abundance of examples. A healthy farm provides an abundance of food.
Rudder.
A flat, vertical blade at the rear of a vessel that can be turned horizontally to steer the vessel by changing its direction of movement. A device used in aircraft to control its yaw, side-to-side movement.
Examples:
Rudder control. Rudder movement. The small boat's rudder was damaged in the storm, making it difficult to steer.
Bore.
A pole with a flat blade at one end used for rowing a boat through the water.
Examples:
Sculling oar. Wooden oar. The rowing team coordinated their oars to move through the water smoothly.
Ashore.
On or towards the land, as opposed to the sea or water.
Examples:
Bring ashore. Go ashore after sunset. The ship finally came ashore after a long voyage.
Dial.
To adjust or set the controls of a machine or device by turning a controller called dial. Noun, a disc on a telephone that is rotated a fixed distance for each number called.
Examples:
Dial up the volume. Dial down the tension. He dialed the phone number and waited for an answer.
Paradise.
A place or state of perfect happiness, a heaven on earth.
Examples:
Paradise Island. Paradise for criminals. Hawaii is often referred to as an everlasting summer paradise.
Sanctuary.
A place of refuge or safety, especially for victims of persecution or abuse.
Examples:
An animal sanctuary. Violate a sanctuary. The church offered sanctuary to refugees fleeing from war-torn countries.
Palm.
The inner surface of the hand from the wrist to the base of the fingers, any plant of the family Palmae having an unbranched trunk crowned by large pinnate or palmate leaves.
Examples:
The palm side of the forearm. Coconut palm trees. This high-performance camera is compact enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Atoll.
A ring-shaped coral reef or a chain of coral islands and reefs surrounding a central lagoon, typically formed by the subsidence of a volcanic island over time, leaving only the coral reefs visible above the water surface.
Examples:
Coral atoll. Lagoon atoll. The tourists were excited to explore the remote atoll, which was uninhabited and untouched.
Shift.
A slight transition in position, direction, or trend.
Examples:
Doppler shift. Major paradigm shift. Could you help me shift some furniture?
Absolutely.
Without restriction or limitation, completely or utterly.
Examples:
Absolutely against. Absolutely obsessed with the girl. I am absolutely opposed to his idea because of morality.
Gorgeous.
Wonderful and attractive.
Examples:
A gorgeous meal. Gorgeous sunset. She wore a gorgeous dress to the party, which everyone admired.
Spectacular.
Striking or impressive to look at or in performance or achievement.
Examples:
Spectacular view. Achieve spectacular growth. The spectacular fireworks display was the highlight of the festival.
Structure:
The way of construction of something and the arrangement of its parts, or a complex thing constructed of many parts.
Examples:
The structure of a machine. Structure and function of the brain. The organizational structure of startups is often flat and straightforward.
Predator:
An animal whose natural behavior is to prey on others.
Examples:
Apex predator. Sexual predators. The native South American animals were in danger because of the predator's arrival.
Conspicuous:
Visible or observable, likely to draw attention.
Examples:
A conspicuous achievement. Conspicuous consumption. Her golden hair was conspicuous in China.
Biomass:
The total quantity of living matter in a given unit of environment, including plants, animals, and microorganisms.
Examples:
Biomass energy. Fuel biomass. The biomass in a forest can be measured by collecting and weighing all living plants within a specific area.
Pyramid:
A polyhedron having a polygonal base and triangular sides with a common vertex, a massive monument with a square base and 4 triangular sides, begun by Cheops around 2700 BC as royal tombs in ancient Egypt.
Examples:
Pyramid architecture. A truncated pyramid. The Egyptian pyramids consist of a vast number of blocks.
Weigh:
To have a particular weight, to carefully evaluate things before making a conclusion.
Examples:
Weigh heavily on stock prices. Weigh a cargo. The baby weighs 1 pound 3 ounces.
Chain:
A series of connected links or objects, a system or group of interconnected elements, a restraint or shackle.
Examples:
Chain reaction. Supply chain. The chain on my bike broke, leaving me stranded.
Herbivore:
An animal that eats only plants, such as a cow or a deer.
Examples:
Herbivore diet. Herbivore animals. A giraffe is an herbivore that primarily eats leaves and twigs.
Parrot:
A tropical bird with a curved beak and the ability to mimic sounds, often kept as a pet and trained to copy the human voice.
Examples:
Repeat like a parrot. A talking parrot. She keeps a parrot in a bird cage as a pet.
Surgeon.
A doctor who is trained to perform medical operations that involve cutting open a person's body.
Examples:
An excellent brain surgeon. Army surgeon. He is a skilled surgeon that has many years of training and experience.
Plankton.
Tiny forms of plant and animal life that live in water or air on which other animals feed.
Examples:
Plankton blooms. Plankton community. Plankton is generally the foundation of the ocean food chain.
Feeder.
An animal being fattened or suitable for fattening, a device or system that supplies something to a particular recipient or process.
Examples:
Feeder fish. Feeder artery. Many different types of birds visited the bird feeder.
Carnivore.
An animal that primarily eats meat as opposed to plant matter.
Examples:
Carnivore diet. Hungry carnivore. A lion is a typical carnivore, as they mainly eat meat.
Snap.
To record on photographic film, to make a sudden, sharp sound. Noun, the act of catching an object with the hands.
Examples:
Snap a whip. Snap judgment. She snapped a quick picture of the beautiful sunset before it disappeared.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Studied.
Deliberately considered or scrutinized, carefully thought out or planned.
Examples:
Studied analysis. Well-studied decision. His speech was carefully crafted and delivered with studied confidence.
Upside.
The positive aspect or potential of something, the upper side of something.
Examples:
Have no upside. Market upside. Many people see the upside of traveling as an opportunity to experience new cultures and broaden their horizons.
Invert.
To turn something upside down, inside out, to reverse the position, order, or relationship of something.
Examples:
Invert a glass. Invert position. He decided to invert his investment portfolio, shifting from stocks to bonds.
Addition.
The act or process of adding something to something else, the process of adding numbers.
Examples:
Chemical addition. Addition of vectors. In addition, private corporations provide healthcare services.
Replenish.
To fill something that had previously been emptied.
Examples:
Replenish a reserve fund. Replenish my spirit. Please replenish my glass with some more wine.
Ancient.
Relating to the long ago, particularly the historical period preceding the fall of the Western Roman Empire, very old.
Examples:
Pre-Christian ancient. Ancient stories. They have been living near water since ancient times.
Component.
One of several parts that combines with others to form something bigger.
Examples:
Key component. Spare components for cars. The researchers try to discover a common component in all types of successful organizations.
Giant.
Extremely big, much bigger or more important than similar items usually are.
Examples:
Giant trees. Giant tech company. The giant jets that gradually dominate the world's airlines.
Clam.
A marine mollusk that burrows and lives on sand or mud. The shell closes with vice-like firmness.
Examples:
Giant clam. Shuck a clam. The clam digs through the sand to a significant depth.
Pave.
To cover something with a hard, flat material such as stones, bricks, or concrete to make it suitable for travel or use.
Examples:
Pave a new path. Pave a smoother road. They paved the courtyard with bricks, giving it a more polished appearance.
Lagoon.
A shallow stretch of water separated from a larger body of water by sandbanks or coral reefs, a small saltwater lake near a sea or an ocean.
Examples:
Lagoon Island. Lagoon Paradise. The mangroves around the lagoon provide a habitat for a unique ecosystem.
Meter.
A device used to measure the amount of a particular substance or attribute, such as length, volume, or time, prosody, the accent in a metrical foot of verse.
Examples:
A gas meter. Poetic meter. The meter on the wall showed that the room was 3 meters long.
Disappear.
To cease to exist or be visible.
Examples:
Disappear without a trace. Disappear after a week. They watched the train disappear into the distance.
Filter.
Any of several types of equipment or systems used to separate particles from liquids or gases or to remove specific forms of light.
Examples:
Gas filter. Clogged filter. Ozone is a primary filter to protect Earth's surface from harmful UV rays.
Pathogen.
A bacterium, virus, or other microorganism that causes disease.
Examples:
Plant pathogen. The pathogen in the air. mRNA vaccines are approved faster because they do not contain inactivated pathogens.
Remotely.
At a distance, not directly or easily accessible.
Examples:
Remotely operate. Control remotely. The company can remotely access its employees' computers for troubleshooting purposes.
Bleach.
To remove color or stains, whiten, or sterilize using a solution of chemicals or other substances, such as bleach.
Examples:
Bleach stains. Bleach hair. I need to bleach this shirt to remove the stains.
Trim.
To make neat or tidy by clipping, cutting, or pruning away excess or unwanted parts. To adjust or modify to improve efficiency or performance.
Examples:
Trim a dog's nails. Trim the budget. I must trim the bushes in my front yard before they get too overgrown.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Collapse.
To fall down or give way suddenly, often after breaking apart.
Examples:
The stock market collapsed. Ready to collapse. The roof finally collapsed after 3 days and 3 nights of heavy snowfall.
Graze.
To feed on grass or other vegetation, especially by nibbling at it repeatedly, to break the skin of a body part by scraping.
Examples:
Turn cattle out to graze. Graze the left shoulder. The sheep graze on the green grass in the meadow.
Turf.
A layer of grass and soil covering a particular area of land, especially used as a playing surface in sports or as a lawn.
Examples:
Artificial turf. Turf battle. The soccer players fought for control of the turf during the game.
Intact.
Undamaged and complete.
Examples:
Intact brain. Intact forest land. Despite the scandals, his reputation remained intact.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
Cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Resilient.
Able to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions.
Examples:
A hard and resilient steel. Resilient population. She is a resilient person and has always bounced back from setbacks.
Adapt.
To make fit for change to suit a new purpose or environment.
Examples:
adapt fully to the environment. Adapt as needed. I advised him to adapt to his new surroundings.
Reset.
To set again or differently, to return to a previous state or condition.
Examples:
reset password. Reset my brain. She reset the computer to fix the problem.
Reserve.
To keep something for future use or contingency. To obtain or arrange something, such as a meeting, seat, etc., in advance.
Examples:
reserve the right. Reserve a concert ticket. You can easily reserve seats over the telephone.
Diversity.
The quality or fact of many different types of things or people being included in something, a range of different things or people.
Examples:
the diversity policy of the university. Lingual diversity. He was impressed by the range and diversity of the collection.
Tropical.
Originating in, located in, or characteristic of the tropics.
Examples:
tropical cyclones. Tropical islands. Tropical storm Marco is making his way along the coast of Florida.
Naturally.
As might be expected, by natural manners.
Examples:
naturally arising. Naturally regenerated forest. He was naturally gifted.
Aft.
The opposite of forward, located at or towards the rear or back of a ship, aircraft, or other vehicle.
Examples:
aft cabin. Aft view. The aft section of the ship suffered significant damage after the collision with the reef.
Laptop.
A portable computer that is small enough to be carried around easily and used on your lap.
Examples:
bring my laptop. Thin and light laptop. I need to finish this report by tonight, so I'll be working on my laptop all day.
Microscopic.
Tiny, exceedingly precise and detail-oriented, of or used in microscopy.
Examples:
microscopic inquiry. Microscopic analysis. Inspectors noticed microscopic cracks in the submarine's hull.
Hectare.
A unit of area equal to 10,000 square meters.
Examples:
hectare land. Housing per hectare. The farm spans over 100 hectares of land.
Euro.
The official currency of most European Union countries.
Examples:
The value of the euro. Euro crises. Some countries may leave the euro.
Economy.
The system by which a country or region produces, manages, and distributes goods and services, including the money and finances involved in these activities, of an airline, the lowest priced, most basic option for seating in commercial travel.
Examples:
Economy of scale. Economy class. The economy of the country is struggling due to the recent political instability.
Represent.
To speak, act, or be present on behalf of another person or group, to form or constitute.
Examples:
Represent by a diagram. The characters that represent numbers. We elected him to represent us at the international conference.
Revenue.
The income that a government receives from taxes or that a company earns from its business.
Examples:
Tax revenue. Annual revenue. This graph indicates the city's tourism revenue over 5 years.
Summary.
A brief statement that provides the critical aspects of something without going into depth.
Examples:
A summary execution. A summary of the conclusions. A summary is at the end of the book.
Unprotected.
Not guarded, covered, or shielded, vulnerable, without protection or defense.
Examples:
Unprotected area. Unprotected Wi-Fi. It's important never to have unprotected sex to prevent the spread of STDs.
Substantial.
Fairly large in size, value, or importance.
Examples:
A substantial amount of capital. Have a substantial meal. The pandemic was a substantial business opportunity for certain companies.
Organism.
A tiny living thing.
Examples:
Aerobic organism. Group of organisms. A diversified plant species generally enhances beneficial organism populations.
Reproduce.
To make a copy of something such as a picture, piece of text, music, etc. To produce offspring through a sexual or asexual process.
Examples:
Reproduce the painting. Reproduce by myself. By dividing and creating copies of themselves, bacteria reproduce.
Population.
The total number of people in a country, region, or location.
Examples:
Population change. Labor population. In just 4 years, the population has doubled.
Biology.
The scientific study of life and the natural processes of living things.
Examples:
Evolutionary biology, cell and molecular biology. In junior high school, we had to dissect a frog in biology class.
Invertebrate.
A class of animals that do not have a backbone. They include insects, worms, and mollusks.
Examples:
Invertebrate species. Study of invertebrates. Many species of marine invertebrates, such as corals and sponges, are important components of ocean ecosystems.
Snail.
A slow-moving mollusk with a spiral shell that it uses to protect its body.
Examples:
Snail mail, snail pace. The gardener found a snail slowly making its way through the lettuce patch.
Detect.
To find or recognize something, especially something difficult to see, hear, etc.
Examples:
Detect a bad event. Detect smuggling across borders. The security camera has detected 4 intruders.
Abundant.
Present in great quantity.
Examples:
Live an abundant life. An abundant supply of water. The country has abundant oil and natural gas resources.
Larva.
The immature free-living form of insect or an animal, which at hatching from the egg, is fundamentally unlike its parent and must metamorphose.
Examples:
Larva of a butterfly. A moth larva. The butterfly emerged from its larva stage.
Juvenile.
Relating to or characteristic of youth or young people, immature.
Examples:
Exhibit juvenile behavior. Juvenile justice. The detective suspected that the vandalism was the work of juvenile delinquents.
Spill.
To cause or allow liquid to run or flow over the edge of its container by accident.
Examples:
Spill a bit of wine. Spill my heart. He was determined to spill everything.
Fishery.
An area of water where fish are caught in large quantities for living, a business or practice of catching and selling fish.
Examples:
Fishery management. Commercial fishery. The majority of the people on the island are fishery folk.
Catching.
Attracting attention or interest, likely to be noticed or remembered, appealing or compelling.
Examples:
Catching fire. Catching disease. The catching scent of freshly baked bread made my mouth water.
Boundary.
A real or imaginary line that marks the limit or extent of something and separates it from other things or places.
Examples:
geographical boundary, the boundary between reality and fantasy. He wandered the boundary between life and death by gunfire.
Habitat:
the type of natural environment in which an organism or group usually lives or occurs.
Examples:
a marine habitat, threatened habitat. The habitat of this bird is freshwater areas and saltwater marshes.
Debit:
an entry in a financial account that represents money owed or transferred out of the account, a payment card or other means of withdrawing funds from a bank account.
Examples:
debit card, debit balance. I checked my bank statement and noticed an unexpected debit from an unknown source.
Withdraw:
to remove or take back something, to stop participating in something.
Examples:
withdraw from public life. Withdraw $500 from my account. The company decided to withdraw its proposal due to public opposition.
Deposit:
a sum of money or materials placed or kept in a bank, safety deposit box, or other secure places for safekeeping, a layer of rock, sand, or other material left behind by a flowing liquid or eroding force.
Examples:
deposit money, deposit accumulation. I made a deposit at the bank to add money to my account.
Principal:
most important, main, or chief.
Examples:
principal actor, principal responsible. The principal reason for the company's success is its innovative products.
Ecology:
the study of the relationships between living organisms, including humans, and their physical environment.
Examples:
science of ecology, the ecology of the island. Many companies are now enthusiastically embracing the knowledge of ecology for sustainable development.
Compound:
an item composed of two or more distinct elements combined, a chemical formed by the combination of two or more elements.
Examples:
aquatic compound, harmful compound. Common salt is a sodium and chlorine compound.
Free-for-all:
a chaotic or uncontrolled situation in which everyone can do as they like without any rules or restrictions. An unregulated or uninhibited competition or fight in which everyone can participate.
Examples:
social media free-for-all, free-for-all brawl. The yard sale turned into a free-for-all as soon as the doors opened.
Gear:
a toothed wheel that engages another toothed mechanism to change the speed or direction of transmitted motion, a set of tools, equipment, or other items for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Sports gear. A gear change lever. She checked her gear before embarking on the hike.
Seine.
A large fishing net that hangs vertically in the water with floats at the top and weights at the bottom used to enclose and catch fish.
Examples:
Haul a seine. Beach seine. The fisherman used a purse seine to catch fish in the river.
Aggregate.
A collection or sum of different things often used to describe a total or combination of items.
Examples:
Data aggregate. An aggregate of people. The aggregate amount of money raised for the charity was over $1 million.
Aggregation.
A collection or assembly of things or individuals, the act of bringing things or individuals together.
Examples:
Protein aggregation. Social media aggregation. The aggregation of data helped us identify patterns in customer behavior.
Deplete.
To reduce something, especially supplies of energy, money, etc., by a large amount, to use up resources or materials.
Examples:
Deplete customer confidence. Deplete glycogen stores. If we continue to deplete the Earth's natural resources, we will cause severe damage to the environment.
Authorize.
To give official permission or approval for something to happen, to empower or give authority to someone or something.
Examples:
Authorize payment. Authorize access. The government has authorized the use of military force in the region to keep the peace.
Spawn.
To lay eggs or to produce offspring, to cause something to develop.
Examples:
Spawn in spring. Spawn a new concept. The salmon swims upstream to spawn in the place they were released.
Analyze.
To think about in depth and evaluate to discover essential features or meaning.
Examples:
Analyze a chemical compound. Analyze your real motives. The teacher attempted to analyze the root cause of our mistake.
Rocket.
A large tube-shaped object that moves very first by a stream of gases let out behind it, used for space travel or as a weapon.
Examples:
Rocket attack against the enemy. Rocket fuel. The rocket launch platform is visible from this hill.
Reproductive.
Connected with the process of reproduction, relating to reproducing babies, young animals, or plants.
Examples:
Reproductive ability. During reproductive period. This documentary deals with the reproductive biology of the buffalo.
Extinct.
No longer in existence.
Examples:
extinct by human activity. Long extinct volcano. Many species have become extinct due to habitat destruction and other human activities.
Doll.
A child's toy that typically represents a human figure, especially a young girl, an attractive woman, a woman who is subservient or passive.
Examples:
Plastic doll. Rag doll. The antique doll was worth thousands of dollars.
Sustainable.
Able to continue or be continued for a long time.
Examples:
Sustainable alternative fuel. Principles of sustainable development. The government should do more to support environmentally sustainable agriculture.
No-brainer.
A decision or a problem that requires little or no thought because it is obvious what you should do.
Examples:
No-brainer product. Look like a no-brainer. The first question in the test was a complete no-brainer.
Fraction.
A small part or item forming a piece of a whole, the quotient of two rational numbers.
Examples:
A fractional share of the vote. A numerator in a fraction. He spent only a fraction of his earnings.
Recommend.
To suggest that someone or something would be a suitable fit for a particular purpose or role.
Examples:
Recommend a hospitalization. Recommend reading. We recommend taking media training every 6 months.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Biodiversity.
The number and variety of plants and animals that exist in a particular area or the world and make a balanced environment.
Examples:
Biodiversity conservation. Loss of biodiversity. The country was instrumental in promoting the Biodiversity Treaty.
Enhancement.
The act of improving or making something better.
Examples:
Cosmetic enhancements. Genetic enhancements. The software update included several enhancements to the user interface.
Subsidize.
To pay part of the cost of something to support an organization, activity, etc. financially.
Examples:
Subsidize the project. Subsidize the cost. Governments subsidize renewable energy generation in various ways.
Subsidy.
Money paid by a government or an organization as part of the cost of something to aid or encourage it to happen.
Examples:
inefficient fossil fuel subsidy, a subsidy for research. The government provided a considerable subsidy to the company.
Destructive.
Causing or able to cause tremendous and irreparable damage.
Examples:
lead to destructive behavior, a habit destructive to health. It was the most destructive storm in decades.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
government bureaucracy, government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Employ.
To give somebody a job and pay them for it, to make use of.
Examples:
employ job seekers, employ a new method. When making arrests, police officers frequently employ excessive force.
Secondary.
Of a lower rank, status, or importance about something else, not primary or central, derived from or caused by another source.
Examples:
secondary education, secondary sources. The secondary camera on my phone takes high-quality photos.
Environment.
The natural world such as air, water, and land in which humans, animals, and plants live.
Examples:
environment affairs, chaotic environment. Every human is responsible for taking care of the Earth's environment.
Trivial.
Of little value or importance.
Examples:
a trivial man. For trivial reasons. The problem seemed trivial initially, but it became a significant issue.
Conflict.
A strong disagreement, argument, or a violent clash between two opposing groups or individuals.
Examples:
the conflict between good and evil. The long-standing conflict. He and I often had conflicts, not only in personality, but also in ideology.
Organization.
A group of people who work together for a shared purpose.
Examples:
organization chart, agricultural organization. She is the president of a large international organization.
Defensive.
Used or intended to protect someone or something against attack or aggression.
Examples:
assume the defensive. Defensive weapons. Boxing fans often criticize his defensive stance.
Regulate.
To control something, especially by means of rules or laws.
Examples:
regulate blood sugar levels. Regulate our conduct. We must manage to regulate our expenditure.
Governance.
The act or process of governing or managing a political, social, or economic entity, the systems or principles that guide such processes.
Examples:
Good governance, corporate governance. The United Nations assists countries in building strong governance frameworks and institutions.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool, communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Monitor.
To observe, check, and track the progress or quality of something over a period of time.
Examples:
Monitor an exam. Monitor the data carefully. They used a special receiver to monitor police radio channels.
Enforce.
To make sure that people obey a particular law, rule, or situation.
Examples:
Enforce the law. Enforce a contract. Governments make rules, and police enforce them.
Hierarchy.
A system in which people or things are organized into different levels of importance, from highest to lowest.
Examples:
Top of the hierarchy. Hierarchy of folders. She has taken a step up in the organizational hierarchy.
Agent.
A person who represents and negotiates on behalf of someone else, such as a literary agent or talent agent, of chemistry and medicine, a substance that brings about a chemical or physical effect, of computer science, a piece of software that performs a task autonomously.
Examples:
Agent system. Antidiarrheal agent. The FBI agent went undercover to infiltrate the criminal organization.
Conservation.
The protection of something important, such as the natural environment or artificial structures, especially from the damaging effects of human activity.
Examples:
Soil conservation. The conservation law of physics. The forest was recently designated a conservation area.
Sink.
To submerge or go down below the surface of a liquid or substance, to decline or deteriorate, to cause something to go down into a liquid substance or sink into something else.
Examples:
Sink a lot of capital. Sink a buzzer beater. The abandoned ship slowly began to sink into the murky waters of the harbor.
Philanthropic.
Characterized by a desire to promote the welfare of others, especially by donating money or providing charitable aid, of or relating to the practice of philanthropy.
Examples:
Philanthropic donation. Philanthropic mission. The philanthropic organization donated millions of dollars to fund medical research.
Develop.
To grow or expand, to improve or refine through a process of progress and refinement, often to achieve greater sophistication or complexity, to elaborate or add detail to something that is in the process of being created.
Examples:
Develop a strategy. Develop a skill. We must develop a new system to streamline our workflow and increase efficiency.
Awareness.
The fact or state of knowing something exists and is important.
Examples:
Awareness of my ignorance. Raise public awareness. There has been a gradual but steady rise in environmental awareness.
Inspire.
To make somebody feel with a desire, confidence, or enthusiasm, especially to do something creative.
Examples:
Inspire a feeling of curiosity. Inspire him to write a novel. The unique style of this martial arts inspired many action film producers.
Redesign.
To design something again, especially in a different or modified form. Noun, the process of designing something again.
Examples:
Redesign project. Redesign of lifestyle. The company is planning to redesign its website.
Decentralize.
To move the power, control, or authority of an organization, government, or system from a single place to several smaller ones.
Examples:
Decentralize authority. Decentralize organizational structure. We need to decentralize our data to recover quickly from a disaster.
Agency.
An organization or business that is responsible for specific activities or services, especially when representing other organizations or businesses. The capacity or power to act or exert influence, the ability to make decisions and take action.
Examples:
Real estate agency. Intelligence agency. The government agency regulated the country's food and drug safety standards.
Philanthropy.
The practice of voluntarily helping the poor, especially by giving money.
Examples:
Philanthropy organization. Private philanthropy. Tech billionaires often spend the majority of their time on philanthropy.
Invest.
To put money, effort, time, etc. into something to make a profit or achieve a result.
Examples:
Invest in stocks. Invest capital. The government should view children as national assets and actively invest in them.
Competition.
A situation in which someone is attempting to beat or outperform another.
Examples:
The first round of the competition. Interspecific competition. Global competition is rising in virtually every industry.
Partnership.
The state of a cooperative relationship between people or groups, especially in business.
Examples:
Partnership across the Atlantic. Establish a partnership. The military partnership between the two countries created tension in the international community.
Collaborate.
To work with someone else to produce or achieve something.
Examples:
Collaborate with the police. Collaborate on a press release. She agreed to collaborate with him in creating new artwork.
Complement.
To improve or make something more appealing by adding or contributing extra features to it.
Examples:
Complement existing rules. Complement each other. Our application aims to complement the feature of web browsers.
Substitute.
A person or thing acting or serving instead of another one. Verb, to act as a something or someone instead of another one.
Examples:
Substitute coffee. Substitute teacher. I substitute skim milk for regular milk because we are on a strict diet.
Stake.
A share or financial investment in something such as a business, a wooden or metal post set up to mark something.
Examples:
Execution by burning at a stake. By the company's stake. The stake of the company is too high nowadays.
Mast.
A long pole aboard a boat or ship that holds up the sails.
Examples:
Mast height. Built up mast. The main cabin is located in front of the mast.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Moving.
Causing strong emotions or feelings, especially sadness or sympathy.
Examples:
Moving experience. Moving ceremony. His moving speech about his struggles with addiction brought tears to the audience's eyes.
Metabolism.
The set of chemical reactions in cells or organisms that are necessary for life sustaining.
Examples:
Metabolism enzyme. Hemoglobin metabolism. Better sleep leads to increased metabolism.
Maintain.
To continue to uphold or sustain, to keep in a particular state or condition, to assert or declare something to be true.
Examples:
Maintain order. Maintain good health. I need to maintain my car regularly to prevent any major mechanical issues.
Surplus.
An amount of something more than what is needed or required, excess or extra supply.
Examples:
Budget surplus. Surplus of exports. The food surplus at the end of the event was donated to a local homeless shelter.
Capacitor.
A device that is placed inside electronic equipment such as televisions and radios, and that stores electrical charge.
Examples:
Capacitor load. AC capacitor. Hundreds of ceramic capacitors are used in a single smartphone.
Fascinating.
Extremely interesting.
Examples:
Fascinating story. Completely fascinating to me. The museum houses a fascinating collection of Celtic artifacts.
Equivalent.
Having the same value, quality, meaning, purpose, etc.
Examples:
Equivalent amounts. Equivalent in meaning. The European Central Bank is Europe's equivalent of the Federal Reserve.
Wildebeest.
Also new, a large African antelope with a broad muzzle and curved horns, known for its annual migration.
Examples:
Grazing wildebeest. Wildebeest herd. The migration of wildebeest across the Serengeti is an awe-inspiring natural phenomenon.
Universal.
Existing or affecting everywhere or everyone.
Examples:
Universal life. Principles of universal design. The picture earned near universal acclaim from critics.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
Numb with cold. A numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Astonishing.
Surprising or shocking, difficult to believe.
Examples:
Astonishing achievement. Make astonishing gains. The news of her sudden death was astonishing to everyone who knew her.
Negative.
Having the quality of something bad or harmful, expressing refusal.
Examples:
Have a negative effect. A negative number. The movie has received almost universally negative criticism.
Shifting.
Constantly changing or moving.
Examples:
Shifting balance. Continuously shifting landscape. Trends in the fashion industry are so shifting that it is challenging to keep up with them.
Mad.
Insane, especially due to a mental illness, very angry.
Examples:
A mad person. Gets mad easily. He was mad with joy to see the results.
Degradation.
The condition or process of changing to a lower state, or a less respected state.
Examples:
degradation by heat, live in degradation. Many researchers are monitoring environmental degradation in real time through satellites.
Depress.
To make someone feel sad, low in spirits, or without hope, to make markets, businesses, etc., less active.
Examples:
depress their spirits, depress crop prices. The economic recession depressed the housing market.
Spiritual.
Relating to or affecting the human spirit or soul as opposed to material or physical things.
Examples:
constant spiritual striving, spiritual leader. The meditation class was focused on finding inner peace and cultivating a more spiritual connection with the universe.
Biophilia.
A deeply ingrained human affinity or love for the natural world and living organisms, coined by biologist E.O. Wilson, which refers to the innate connection and attraction humans have toward nature.
Examples:
biophilia in healthcare, natural biophilia. The biophilia hypothesis suggests that humans have an innate love for nature and a desire to connect with other living systems.
Humming.
Producing a continuous, low, vibrating sound like that of the bee.
Examples:
humming sound, hummingbird. The humming of the bees filled the air as she walked through the garden.
Awe.
A feeling of respect and wonder inspired by someone or something greatly admired.
Examples:
a feeling of awe, in awe of the situation. The awe-inspiring mountains dominate the landscape.
Untamed.
Wild, unruly, or not domesticated, not controlled or constrained, free-spirited or untethered.
Examples:
untamed wilderness, untamed spirit. The explorers were the first to set foot on the island's untamed shores.